Not real thrilled. Don't want to overreact, but not real thrilled with the breakdown.
Please don't overreact.
I'm just going to react. I don't like how they had it set up today. That's all.
They're already making progress because they're not getting OTAs taken away from them because one of their coaches talks too long.
That's a good point. That is more reps than a year ago. And so in the opening 11-on-11 period, this is the breakdown. Jacoby Brissett got 8 quarterback reps. Zappe got 4. Drake Maye got 3. Again, I don't want to overreact, but am I allowed to just react to it and say I don't like that setup? I don't like that structure. I would like to see Drake Maye, as much as I like Bailey Zappe, I would like to see Drake Maye getting more reps than Bailey Zappe and something approaching 50-50 with Jacoby Brissett. It's just the first day of OTAs, but it's a little minor gripe, a little minor nitpick. Is there anything worth reading into there?
Not really, to me. It seems like overall, from the very minimal amount of reports I've been able to see on Twitter and such, that was kind of like across the board, the rookies taking on fewer workload or less workload than some of the returning players. And I heard that in that situation, it made the offense look like ass. That it looked like ass today, but mostly because it was the majority of reps going to older players, maybe players with lower ceilings, whether Jacoby Brissett or somebody else. I am looking at this video Mike
Maybe
Reese
the offense
posted.
is just ass,
like,
you guys.
It could be ass again.
But if I told you guys before OTAs yesterday, or like on Friday, I'm like, hey, I bet Bailey Zappe is going to get more reps than Drake Maye, what would we all say? We'd be like, why?
Yeah, it's fair.
You know,
why?
like, just why? Why are they doing that? Other than just he's been in the league longer, like, I get that, but like, why are they doing that?
Is it a mindset thing where Gerard Mayo has this top-down mentality of you got to earn your reps?
Probably, yeah.
Rookie, you're only getting 3 snaps?
Yeah.
Because that kind of feels like a waste of time.
He threw the second most passes, by the way. These weren't all in 11-on-11. Some of this is 7-on-7 included as well. Brissett was 9 for 14. Drake Maye was 6 for 7. Brissett had 17
What
reps
was Zaps?
in those team drills. He was 3 for 5.
Okay.
Joe Milton, 4 for 4. So Brissett had the most reps by far, 17, compared to 7 each for Zappe and Maye. So it's just, I don't love that. That's a guy who I want to see getting ready for week 1. And so far, he's practicing behind Jacoby Brissett. We probably could assume that, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. So that's one takeaway there. Gerard Mayo talked about Drake Maye and the work he's put in thus far this offseason. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, I thought Drake did a great job, not only, progressing on the field, but also off the field. You can already tell, like, he's going to put in that extra work. I walk by the quarterback meeting room. He's just in there by himself watching film. And those are the things that you want to see, and excited to see his growth going forward.
Okay. He's putting in the work, film. I mean, I assume that's what they say about all young players. You hear stuff. I'm sure if we went back and looked at it, they were probably saying similar things about Mac Jones in his rookie year. But that's one thing I would like to see grow in these OTAs, like week to week. All right, the first one, fine. You're behind Bailey Zappe, and you're getting half the reps of Jacoby Brissett. By the end of OTAs and going into mini camp and training camp, that number should be building. I'm predicting that it probably will. But in the meantime, I was hoping to see closer to a split as somebody who wants Drake Maye to start week 1.
It's just so early. We're not even in mini camp yet.
Right.
So I think what they're doing is like really fundamental stuff. And Drake Maye needs a lot of fundamental work. So I don't really think that maybe if they're trying to install some of the offense around, maybe Drake Maye isn't the best quarterback for the other players when they're trying to install the offense, and Drake Maye needs to work on his mechanics.
Yeah, I just think, again, you learn by doing. And this is a guy who, when we talk to
some people do. Not everybody's that way.
I think most people do. When we talked to his college coach, Mac Brown, weeks ago, he said, this is a guy who hasn't played a lot. And it's like, oh, good. So let's have him sit more. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
That is a good point.
He should get out there and play. And so I don't need him losing out on reps to Bailey Zappe and to a degree Joe Milton. I don't need that.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Well, Joe Milton didn't take more reps than him. Come on.
No, but he's taking reps is all I'm saying.
That Maye could be taking. And I understand what you mean. But I also think that, this is Gerard Mayo's first time doing this, and we don't know he's going to do it exactly like Bill. He's already done some things differently, like rookies had to wear numbers in the 50s before, and now they don't have to. So maybe this is just how he wants to start all the rookies out. You earn your way up onto the field. You earn your way into these things. I'm not going to just give it to you. Maybe that's like a big thing with Gerard Mayo. It's hard to really make a judgment on it after one day of OTAs because I'm not sure exactly what his philosophy is on this sort of thing.
I'm not making a big sweeping judgment. I'm just saying on day 1, I was hoping he would get more reps. I'm not saying that he won't get the reps going forward. I think he probably will. I just thought he would get more reps than Bailey. I think we all thought he would get more reps than Bailey Zappe today, right?
Yes, but I also think we thought maybe Bailey Zappi wouldn't even be here at this point.
So this is what I wanted to get to. Bert Breer he talked to Mayo, and honestly, Mayo echoed a lot of what we played for you in the film room, all this stuff. But Breer did have a line, and I'm guessing this came right from Mayo. This is a one-on-one with Gerard yesterday. He says the plan is to narrow down the competition to 3 guys by the end of spring so everyone can have a more efficient summer. And so who's going to be the odd man out? It's probably Zappi. I guess it could be Joe Milton if they don't like what they see. And that's what you do. But
I hope not. I saw some videos of him throwing bombs today. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly who I retweeted you, said that it looked like a CGI video. It does. It does. I get why Curran was
Remember those Michael Vick Gatorade commercials where he throws it out of the stadium?
Yes.
It's like that.
It's like one of those.
No, Henry McKenna, I put it on my Twitter because it looks ridiculous. It looks so dumb. In a good way, in a flattering way.
Yeah, I guess, Zappi's getting more reps than him. Joe Milton gets more highlight-worthy stuff. I was hoping for a little more early on. This is somebody who's very high on Drake Maye. And again, I expect him to be the week one guy.
It looks like someone kicked the ball. It's ridiculous. We should put this on Twitch, Brian. If you go to
I'm looking at it, yeah.
If you go to my Twitter, this highlight from Henry McKenna, it looks doctored. It looks like doctored film. Is Henry McKenna in the business of doctoring film now? I need to know.
Okay.
From Fox Sports.
We'll put it up on twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. The other noteworthy thing today, beyond the quarterbacks, is that Matthew Judon wasn't there. Here's Gerard Mayo on Judon's absence.
Judon expected to be here, Gerard?
He's not here today. I'll say he's not here today. He has been in and out. At the same time, look, he's one of those guys. Historically, he's been in and out, so not really a big story there.
Okay, not really a big story. Just arguably your best player on your whole team isn't there.
He's actively, verbally waving it away. Not a big story, guys. Don't pay attention to it. Not a big story. Stop saying story if you don't want it to be a story.
Reese wrote this yesterday, so we should have seen it coming. In his Sunday notes, he says, perhaps the most significant item remaining is the veteran outside linebacker Matthew Judon, who's scheduled to earn a base salary of $6.5 million in the final year of his deal. It's well under market for a player of his caliber, and it's hard to imagine Judon agreeing to play under those terms. At the same time, his return from a torn bicep limited him to 4 games last year, and coupled with his age, it adds layers to the negotiation, writes Mike Reese. So Judon wants to get paid. He got fronted money last year. He's coming off an injury. The team may not want to give it to him, and Gerard Mayo says nothing to see here.
Not really a big story there.
No, not really a big
It's
story.
only OTAs. They got time to figure it out.
No, they do. It's just he doesn't sound happy with his contract. Can we agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
And they also signed Uche and Jennings in the offseason. So, I mean, it's not like they were freeing up money to try and make him happy or anything.
Right.
And
I think you probably could have seen this coming, though.
They've kept every player under the sun on their roster, and they haven't paid him yet. They've paid everybody, and they haven't paid.
Do you think that indicates in any way that they're not going to pay him?
I don't know. But
they're going to pay him.
I don't blame him. I look at him and I go, yeah, well, if they're going to pay him, why haven't they done it? I mean, they paid everybody else. So I look at it and I go, you're paying Nwenyu. You're paying Uche. You're paying Barmore, all these guys. You're paying all these guys, and some are at direct competition, if you will, or at least the same position on the roster. You're paying all of them. How about you pay me? So I disagree with Gerard Mayo. That is a story. Now, maybe they take care of it. Maybe they pay him. I'm not saying they won't. But in the meantime, he's not happy with his contract. I would say that's definitely a story.
Not really a big story there.
I kind of can't get over the Joe Milton throw.
Okay, so it's up on
We
Twitch.
tried putting it on Twitch. The throw was so big that it was glitching on Twitch. Twitch couldn't handle the throw.
Meh.
Now we're getting it better. Okay,
Meh.
take a look at this. Don't Jones. Look at that. Doesn't that look doctored?
Meh.
Doesn't it look like a doctored video?
I agree with what the drop that Ryan's playing of me. Like, I mean, it's there's no defense. The ball just hangs up there. Like, I don't know.
I bet he's
Obviously,
throwing
there's no
it into the
defense.
wind.
Say it again.
I bet he's throwing it into the wind.
The wind's carrying the ball.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I mean, it's fine. I don't know. I'd like to see it more on a line and like with a defender than just throwing a pop fly to a receiver running wide open.
That thing's ridiculous. That is a sideshow throw.
Here's the thing: these are just NFL caliber arms. We've been used to watching Mac Jones.
Okay.
So like we've been used to watching pop flies, and so when we see actual NFL caliber arms,
That's
we go,
what
"Oh
it's
wow!"
supposed to look like.
Yeah, exactly. This is what NFL quarterbacks look like. You haven't had one the last few years.